Rent it or list it was what we're going to be going over today. Before we get into all that, please like, comment, subscribe, share. All those fun things really help grow the channel. And check out Wichita stuff, real estate stuff, homeowner things, relocating to Wichita. That's kind of the brand theme of this channel. And appreciate you watching, supporting the business in Wichita. But there's three things that we commonly go over with our clients regularly that own a home about renting. Should I rent my house or should I list my house? Because I hear this a lot, like, oh, I'm just going to rent this house out. Like, okay, but have you fully evaluated what that looks like? And if this is your first rental, I know it sounds like a cool idea, sounds like a good thing on paper, but like myself, after owning 4 single family rentals, it might have you reconsider that. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm just giving you three things to consider that I've seen from my own experience and from my clients' experience. That's a good thing for you to evaluate to really help you through this process of should I rent my house or should I list my house? And one of the first ones is, do you really want to be a landlord and a property manager? So whether you manage yourself or even if you hire a property manager, you're still going to get the calls for the repairs. You're still going to get the issues that come up. You still take on a lot of the liability and the risk of the house, even if something does go wrong. And even if you hire a property manager, you still have to check in with them. You still have to wonder about the house. You still got to worry about it. If the tenant messes it up, if they don't take care of the air conditioner, don't tell you about a leak, don't do all of these things, you really got to ask yourself, is that the lifestyle I'm after? And what I really want to do is be sitting here stressing and worrying about this house and dealing with tenants and all the other things that go with it. And the thing about having 1 single family rental is it's either 100% occupied or 0% occupied. So it's something to consider to be like, do I really want to do that? Even though it sounds good, because I'm not saying no, I just want you to really heavily consider being a landlord and renting it. And I know that sounds good on paper, but is it something you really want to take on? And I'm not here to tell you what to do or which way to go. I just want to help you evaluate it from my experience to facilitate the conversation of a hell yes or a hell no. So that's number one. Do you really want to be a landlord and property manager? Number two is, do you need all that equity from that house in order to go step up to the next house, especially with today's higher interest rates, higher prices, all of that? I've been seeing a lot of people take their current equity just to put into the next one to stomach the monthly payment better, to absorb the cost a little bit better. And it's a good place to put your money because in Wichita, real estate typically appreciates at about 5 to 8%. So it's still a good place to put your money, even if it's an equity play from your current house to the next one. Because we've been seeing a lot of like 80, 90, hundreds go sell for 150, 160, 170, take the equity and move into like a 250, 300 to where it's much more feasible and you can stomach it better when you take equity from that house in order to go to the next one. Where is the cash flow from renting that house? What you're making usually doesn't justify it enough in order for it to make sense to want to keep that house as a rental, buy another one as a primary home with a minimum amount down, especially when you're usually stepping up to like a 250, $300,000 house. And then you have to put 3.5 or 5% down, depending on if you're FHA or conventional. And then your monthly payments like 2,500, $3,000 a month. Is that something you really want to do? Or you want to cash out the equity, put it in the next house, and then make your payment on that one more like 2,000 a month or 1,500 a month, depending on where your numbers come out. I love numbers. I'm a numbers guy. I'm also a people person. Kind of both of those together to really help you assess, do you want to do this? Do you not? And that's more of our style of not telling you what to do and how to do it, but just helping you do it, like done with you type of thing. Number three is what you got to look at is the gain worth the risk. And when you're making, depending on what your monthly note looks like on that one, if you're only making like $300 to $500 a month in cash flow on the house, is it really worth the risk of what that tenant could do to the house? If they trash it, if they screw up the walls, if they don't take good care of it. Now you got to spend all this money to fix it back up. And you go, is it worth the $300 to $500 a month cash flow for one house? Because typically what I've seen with rentals is you got to own a lot of them for it to be worth it. And so if you only own one or two, kind of turns into this crappy part-time job. And I've had 4 before, like I said, and that's pretty much what it turned into. And I was like, this isn't as passive as I thought it was. And this isn't as passive as everybody says it is. Like it's really a lot more of an active situation. You can build equity, you can build wealth, you can build cash flow. It's just you better know about houses, you better have good connections, and you better have good tenants. Come with us. So I'm not saying do it, don't do it. I'm just saying to fully evaluate the full situation, because I'm not trying to just sell you on the idea like some of these internet guru guys, because I'm not really an influencer or an entertainer. Like, I'm an agent, and I use these methods to help shape the way you think about these things from my knowledge and experience and practice in the field, from both my own personal experience and my client experience. So it's something to consider, is if the $300 to $500 a month is worth the risk that could go on with the house being trashed, being all the different things that go with it. So those are 3 questions to help you consider, like, should I rent it? Should I list it? Where should we go with it? Common scenario I run into, trying to take all these common questions that I've been getting from clients, working with them day in and day out, and bringing them to you to help you understand and be educated on the real estate market, how it really works right now. Not just the headlines, popular friends and family, for the things that work in the modern day and age with it all. So appreciate you watching as always. Hopefully this helps you as a homeowner where you're at, or if you're wanting to become a homeowner, just to be more educated on being a good homeowner and all the things that go with that. Appreciate watching as always. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Check out my other Wichita videos, homeowner videos, all those things, and we'll look forward to talking with you soon. See ya.